That heat and that fire, man. I see the chat, boy. Already, dog. They already ready to cook, man. My boy Tom Ross about to come in the building, man. So when he come through, we gonna definitely do our thing, man. But yeah, man, let's get on to it, man. We got to get on to this, man, because it's about Terence Bud Crawford roast session right now, man. We got a roast, though. Freddie G, that's what's up, man. Damn right. We got to roast these people and get them out of here, man. Let's get on to it, man. Terence Bud Crawford, dog. This man sat here. This man sat here and got knocked down by Mean Machine. Is this a serious, dog? Mean Machine, man. Knock this man down. I'm still rolling off of this, man. I'm still reeling off of this. I'm still laughing on this. Man, this thing is hysterical. You know what I'm saying? Matthew Rogue, investigators of paranormal Sonato, say you are so right. Damn right. Jay Cooley said, let's cook, dog. So Cool One said, I really don't want to see Spence do him wrong. I hope the fight don't happen. Spence will kill this dude. 28 body and headshots. Woo! Twerf One said, Crawfish is weak with all his handicap opponents. The truth will have his day, dog. We said this truth will have his day, man. If Crawford thought Spence or Porter fought Spence or Porter, he would definitely lose. I think Crawford got exposed. That's my opinion. He damn sure got exposed because, like we said, man, he fought a lame duck Jeff Horn. He fought a one-legged Jose Benavidez, man. He fought basically, you know what I'm saying, a 5-year past his prime Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying? This guy sat here and fought a Mean Machine. He pulled that Tyson Fury. He thought that if he would have just fought a guy who was supposedly low level, supposedly a bum bash, dog, it would have ended up for him, man. Salute to you, Ticket TV. This man's like, LOL, dog. Roast session, man. We got to roast this cat, man. We got to roast him. Because at the end of the day, it's hysterical to me on so many fronts that people sat here and thought that this guy was supposedly the boogeyman of the welterweight division. Supposedly. I mean, this is Comedy Central to me, man. How are you the boogeyman of the welterweight division when you're fighting nothing but guys that are subpar, man? Terence Bud Crawford is like a person that has a subprime credit score, though. Because you know they can't get good credit, dog. You know, because they don't got good credit, they can't get good credit cards. That's Terence Bud Crawford with top rank. He's a subprime credit lender, man. You know what I'm saying? He can't get good credit anywhere. Ain't no good credit gonna touch him. You know why? Because he's not only fighting these guys that he's way better than, he's fighting guys that are not testing him. You can't be in the welterweight division 2 to 3 years and not getting litmus test after litmus test after litmus test. I done told everybody, man, if Terence Bud Crawford would have fought a Eudidas Ugas, he would have got exposed. If he would have fought a Sean Porter, he would have got exposed. If he would have fought a Danny Garcia, he would have got exposed. If he would have fought, you know what I'm saying, Kell Brook, he would have got exposed, man, on so many fronts and on so many fashions. People need to see the red tape here, man. It's like a deer caught in red, a deer caught, you know what I'm saying, right in front of red lights, man. It's ridiculous. This is what we're dealing with as boxing fans. We're dealing with freaking Terence Bud Crawford, of all people, the guy that Tom Ross told me, because we had our disagreements. I was at least saying Terence Bud Crawford was Raul, dog. I was at least putting him there. He's not even there, man. He's a Fist of the South Star. If your ass watch that anime Fist of the North Star, he's not on that level. I don't ever want to hear about Terence Bud Crawford again. It's the roast session, dog, because he's not on Earl the True Spence level. And I told you guys, Earl the True Spence would have his day like he knows his sport, man. We're having our day because let me tell you something about pandering narratives. They can only hit a ceiling, dog. And when they hit that ceiling, guess what? Blue, they got to come tumbling down, dog. Blue, they got to come tumbling down. And what's going on with the pandering narratives right now? What's the built-in excuses? Because, oh, Terence Bud Crawford fought to his opponent's level. Hold up. Isn't that Earl the True Spence thing? So now Terence Bud Crawford fights to opponents' level? Come on, man. Don't make me laugh. Terence Bud Crawford fights one way, man. You know what that one way is? Hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. Hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. Hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. I done deduced this guy, man. I'm Batman with this stuff, dog. I done told y'all the world's greatest detective. I done deduced this man's fighting ability. And if he try that fuckery on Earl the True Spence, he gonna get punished, dog. He gonna get stopped. Earl the True Spence looked at this man in a red hoodie outfit, Nike gear, and told him, "You too light on your ass. I will straight up stop you." He said that not, but 3 times. 3 is the number of confirmation, folks. Tom Ross, get on them, dog.
Yeah, man. And when things like this happen, what it does is it puts people's integrities on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've been beefing this guy up, beefing him up, beefing him up, beefing him up. Coming to his defense, coming to his defense. Then he gets in the ring and he gets fucking dropped by somebody you don't know anything about. Instead of saying, you know what? That's fucked up. He got dropped like that. I expect better for him, but at least he put out the W. You go and you research the dude and start bringing up some shit, talking about, well, he was in the Olympics, so it makes sense. No, the fuck it don't. No, it don't. That dude that beat Floyd in the Olympics got his ass whooped in a real fight in Vegas. The Olympics, they judge fights differently.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? No, it don't make that don't justify that he got dropped by a journeyman. No, it don't. Well, he went to the Olympics twice. Okay. The fact that you had to go and research that, and you didn't know dude went to the Olympics, lets me know that's some bullshit. You ain't know shit about dude. You had to pull up Wikipedia, the search dude, like, oh, okay, I can use this to justify that Terence Crawford almost get KO'd. Come on, man. Like I always say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, bro. You guys had a situation where you had so many people fooled. You had the situation where you thought Bud Crawford was on the same level as Errol Spence. Just admit it. You thought that. You believed that. You was bamboozled. You was led astray, man. You was hoodwinked. Plymouth Rock landed on your ass, man. You know what I'm saying? But the truth came out yesterday. But the truth would have been out if you wasn't no Bud fan. If you wasn't no Bud fanboy, the truth was already out. If you wasn't a Bud fanboy, you knew the truth when he fought Benavidez.
Facts.
The truth been out. You knew the truth when he got stopped by Lil Gamboa. He caught a mighty blow and his right leg stiffened up. You would have knew the truth when he had to give Jeff Horn all he had.
Facts.
He had to throw everything at Jeff Horn to get him out of there. That shit was raggedy and rugged. You know what I'm saying? So you got to ask yourself, man, do you really think Bud Crawford's on Spence's level? Or are you saying that because you feel Spence needs a rival? that's what the boxing community does to you. They make you think every fighter needs a rival. Some fighters just don't have rivals, man. They haven't met their rival yet. They try to give Floyd rivals every year. They try to make Ricky Hatton his rival. Whoop Ricky Hatton ass. Try to make Pacquiao his rival. Whoop Pacquiao ass. Try to make Zab Zuda his rival. Every time he stepped up and showed these guys ain't on my level. What do you think Spence gonna do? Spence is the second coming, the new and improved Floyd.
Facts.
He not as slick. I don't think nobody's gonna be as smart as Floyd because Floyd basically wasn't taught anything but boxing. Floyd knows boxing through and through. But what Floyd don't got, Spence got. Spence got natural size. Spence has natural raw power. Naturally raw. And Spence has another thing. So where Floyd has an arrogance issue. So Floyd is very tight with this shit. And then Floyd be like, okay, I done hit this nigga with the same jab 100 times. Fuck it, I'm finna start playing with him. Then he'll fuck around and get caught with something. Then he'll get mad and start trying to beat you up. Because he's embarrassed. Whereas Spence come in from round one and try to beat you up, man. He don't need to be embarrassed to try to hurt you. Floyd really ain't trying to hurt nobody. He just trying to get that check as easy as he can until you try to hurt him. Then he start trying to beat your ass and make you look really bad. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Spence got this thing in him where it don't matter if you're my friend, I'm still gonna try to ruin your career.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see Spence paying for nobody. I don't see Spence paying for nobody's funeral because he feel like he did him bad. Spence feel like that's part of the job. Okay, so nigga died because I gave him brain damage. Fuck that shit, nigga. That nigga, he's not the same like everybody else. Floyd sit back and feel bad and pay for people's funerals and shit. Spence a different breed. If Spence give him blood, brain damage, he not gonna care. Cause he gonna think, why your ass was in there with me? I told you to lighten your ass. I told you, you lighten your ass. Why you coming there with me? Now your ass got brain damage. You think Spence feel bad because he gave Mike brain damage? No, you don't. Spence don't care, man. Spence care about his hand being raised at the end of the fight, no matter what he gotta do. And if he gotta break every bone in your fucking body, he gonna do it.
Exactly.
What you got for him, he knows?
Oh, let me do this real quick. If you a Bud fan and you ain't coming correct, you getting put on timeout. It's just that simple, dog. Right. I don't got time for the foolery, man. You getting put on timeout. My Rich gang, y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what y'all got to do. If they ain't coming correct, time them out. Because let's keep it a buck here. Now they telling you, let's talk about Teofimo Lopez and Coleman. You know why they telling us that? Because they don't want us to the elephant in the damn room. They brought up this guy. I told you, pandering narratives, man. This is what it does. It goes to the ceiling, man. He knows his sport, always giving you guys these life lessons, dog. I'll be giving you guys Sun Tzu. I'll be giving you guys 48 laws of power, man. I'm trying to give you guys the Batman to Robin parody. I'm trying to give you guys these lessons in life. Y'all got to listen. True alpha to beta, dog. There's lessons that's being learned, built-in lessons upon lessons. You got to listen to the lessons. Pandering narratives, they hit a ceiling. Once they hit the ceiling, guess what? They got to come tumbling down. That's what you guys saw on all of these damn platforms. Pandering narratives. Now they try to compare Terence Crawford to Errol the Truth Spence and say, oh, he fought down to his opponent's level. No, that's Errol the Truth Spence that does that. Don't try to say a guy that does hit me, I'm going to hit you back style, because that's his truest and his most properest levels of styling, right? Is a guy that fights down to his level. Terence Crawford fights one way. He gets hit, he gets touched up, then he goes into this dog killing instinct mode. That shit ain't going to work on Errol the Truth Spence, because those shots that Mean Machine hit him with, Errol the Truth Spence is going to make sure his ass don't get up. Errol the Truth Spence is going to let his fist punish him. This is what I was trying to tell you guys, man. There's levels to this shit. There's gears, dog. Shout outs to Meek Mills. Y'all don't understand the levels of this stuff, man. There's levels and there's gears, folks. And the gear is Errol the Truth Spence is on another level. When you have the worst bed bug haters and trolls like Errol the Truth Spence has, that speaks volumes of his greatness. This was the same thing that happened with Floyd Mayweather in his genre prior to that. Usually the guys that are the greatest usually have the biggest ocean of haters and trolls. That's just the way it goes. And you know why? Because it speaks to their greatness. Look at Deontay Wilder. It speaks to his greatness. Errol the Truth Spence is somewhere laughing right now because he's like he knows his sport, saying the truth will have its day. The truth had its day, dog. And I told y'all, Terence Crawford don't belong in the ring with Errol the Truth Spence. And what y'all finding is built-in excuses being set up. Now you understand why he took his rabbit ass to Top Rank and re-signed again. He was trying to duck the lions in the upper echelon of the welterweight division. When you hear a man tell you out of his own mouth, it's the Maya Angelou term. You know what Maya Angelou said? When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Let me say it again. When a person shows you who they are the first time, believe them. She done educated you on this stuff. Terence Crawford out of his mouth said, ain't nobody stunting Keith Thurman. Ain't nobody stunting Danny Garcia. Ain't nobody stunting Sean Porter. Ain't nobody stunting you, Dennis Ugas. That's the upper echelon of the welterweight division. If you're a true boxing fan, right, and you always say it's about boxing, it should be about boxing. You know, like ultra fanboys do with the ultra fanboy rhetoric. It's about boxing. It should be about boxing. If it's about boxing, keep it real. Keep that same energy, dog. Like he knows the sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. Keep that same energy. What do I mean when I say keep that same energy? Be honest with yourself. Bo Mac, out of his own mouth, shout outs to Mean 78 because he just said it because I was going to say it. Bo Mac out of his mouth said that Mean Machine was a C-level fighter and Bud was supposed to run over him. This was the same thing with Tyson Fury and Otto Wallin. They found that perfect supposed low-level competition that made them look bad. I told you, Terence Bud Crawford is not defensively responsible. He gets touched up way too much. And when you fight a guy like Errol the True Spence that has that solid base that he has, that solid foundation to where you can't move him off of the center mass line. You can't move him off of that square circle. He's the one that's moving you. And his front foot game is relentless. He has that Bane level of lateral movement. That's going to throw Bud off. This is why, like Mr. T said in the, and I'm going to channel him in the Rocky, I'm giving him pain, and more pain. Let me say it again. I'm giving him pain, and more pain. That's what I'm predicting. That's what that fight is going to be, because now Tom Ross is going to have the room to talk about what I'm talking about here. This is what I talk about when I say, and I want you to explain that guerrilla warfare comparison when I brought up levying onslaught. I think we need to reenact that again and reintegrate that and give them the storytelling effect that you always do in truth-telling fashion. Here's the thing. Errol the True Spence, when he fights Terence Bud Crawford, you're going to get this, the levying onslaught. Let me say it again. The levying onslaught of the tactical aggression, technical punching placement, and body snatching work. It's a levying onslaught of a punishment style, because you know what it does? It stops you and it punishes you right in your damn tracks. Talk to them, Tom Ross.
Yeah, because a lot of guys don't read, and they particularly don't read anything about war concepts, and like us being in the military, we have a leg up on a strategic tactical shit. You know what I mean? So everything they see, they take for face value.
Yep.
Everything they hear, face value. They don't see the covertness or nothing. You know what I'm saying? When somebody says the Levian onslaught, do your research. Look up World War II, man. When they arrived on the beaches of Normandy, that was a Levian onslaught, man. These motherfuckers were getting pelted with bullets for the time they get off their vessels to the time because most of them died, man. That's a Levian onslaught. There's nothing you can do but sit there and embrace the storm till the shit over with, man. That's a Levian onslaught. And what makes Bud a victim to the Levian onslaught is Bud. People think he know how to pick his shots. He don't. When Bud gets hit, his decision process turns.
Yep.
And he forgets what he's capable of doing. The
Yep.
first thing you need to know when you go into war is, what are my capabilities? What are my capabilities? What do I have at my disposal? Supplies, power, guns. What do I have? Okay, what do they got? Okay, what do I want to stay away from? Bud forgets all that. He forgets. I have a 10-10-10. He get up there and get the 10 off. He forgets. So he wanna fight on a war front, back and forth with somebody who got more guns than him, somebody who hits harder than him. That's how it works. He needs to master the Mayweather style. That style is the Viet Cong, the guerrilla warfare. Floyd hits you, but he's not there for you to him. He ain't in the vicinity for you to him. He gone. He done hit your ass a couple of times. And then Floyd know he wore your ass down. Then he meets you toe to toe in round 11. Where you done went through hell trying to catch this motherfucker. Now he's standing right in front of you, beating you up, trying to stop you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how Bud needs to fight. And that's the difference. People, I don't know where they get this from, but Bud is nothing like Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Facts.
A prime Floyd Mayweather Jr. would give Spence all he can handle and will win. Or if anything, Spence will win, but Spence will have to stop him. Spence will have to kill Floyd. You know what I'm saying? But Bud can't hang with no prime pretty boy Floyd, man. he'll get stopped.
Facts.
It would look just like how it'll look just like the Jab Zuda fight. Except for
Mm-hmm.
Bud not a dirty motherfucker. Bud ain't gonna cheat. So Bud will
Yep.
get stopped. The only thing that kept Judah from not getting stopped is he hit Floyd in the balls in the back of his head and slowed him down. People don't realize that back of the head shot fuck up your equilibrium.
It does.
Floyd was beating the hell out of Zab Judah before he got hit in the balls, man. He was bringing it to his ass. But that's Bud. Bud gets stopped because Bud not going to cheat. Bud going to go in there. He going to try to trade, and he going to get caught with something smooth. So it's a big difference. We don't realize this. When you see Spence, you see greatness. And when you see Bud, you see somebody that's perceived to be great.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no facts thereof to back up that conclusion. There's no facts because who has he been great against? He won't fight nobody to show his true greatness.
Facts.
He said he's not going to fight Porter because that's my friend. What the fuck? All my best friends I fought for free. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my best friends fought over basketball and shit, man. You know what I mean?
Fact.
So you ain't gonna fight your best friend for millions of dollars? You shook. I don't care what nobody tell me. You scared. You say you ain't gonna fight Danny Garcia. You scared of that no-look hook. You say you ain't gonna fight Kell Brook because you know he got size. He can walk your ass down.
Fact.
Nothing you can do about that. You can't hurt him. You said you ain't gonna fight. Who else he said he ain't gonna fight? He knows.
He said he ain't gonna fight Keith Thurman. He ain't gonna fight Sean Porter. He's not gonna fight Danny Garcia. He's not gonna fight Yordenis Ugas.
You're right. You say you ain't gonna fight Keith Thurman because you know your ass is there for the right hand and he'll knock your ass smooth out. Because you chin. You know what I'm saying? and thing is, on face value, if you don't have no covertness, you don't have no understanding, you think, okay, either he talking shit or maybe he is that much better than these guys. But when you get to the weeds of it, he knows these guys will expose to certain weaknesses. He knows you guys will expose certain weaknesses, so that's why he don't want to do this. And forget about Floyd, Crawford, and Spence. Ain't no Zab Zuda. Spence better than Zab. Number one. Sorry. If Zab Zuda would have ran into an Errol Spence, he would have got stopped.
Mm-hmm.
He would have got stopped, man. Because Zab has to depend on catching you, countering you. And you can't counter a nigga that just walk up on you in the high guard. How you gonna counter him?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And when Floyd realized that, Floyd stopped trying to box with him and started beating him up. He went to the high guard and started beating the hell out of Zab Zuda. Zab Zuda wasn't that hard to figure out. You know what I'm saying? For master boxers, he's not hard to figure out. But he was giving everybody else hell. I'm not taking away from Zab Zuda. He was an undisputed champion. So don't get it twisted. I'm just saying there's different levels to this shit. Now, It's crazy how people will miss your whole point to protect somebody they like.
Yep, facts.
You missed the whole point. I said Crawford, if he wants to have success against Spence, he needs to be more like Pretty Boy Floyd, and he needs to master the art of not automatically trying to get your hit back.
Facts.
Could you imagine what would happen if Floyd would have took that right cross from Shane Mosley and tried to get his get back? He would have got knocked the fuck out. Floyd got rocked, and Floyd said, "Man, I don't have my legs." He held on till he got his legs.
Facts.
It's a difference, man. Y'all not understanding what y'all seeing. So what Bud did yesterday, he showed you it's a difference between me and the next tier.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday. Because when he got rocked, he still didn't wait till he had his legs up underneath him. He got right back in there swinging.
That's it.
If he was in there with a higher echelon fighter, he would have got laid out.
Facts.
Dude gassed out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta understand. Every time Bud is in every time he's in a good fight, it's like he can never win it and outclass the person. It always gotta be some type of do or die struggle against everybody, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you expect somebody who have to struggle so hard against lower level competition to walk up and just beat Errol Spence? Y'all really believe that shit on ESPN when they say Errol Spence is mediocre? He's not really that good. Y'all really believe that? Y'all must really believe that. Because from what I'm seeing, the way Crawford fights, he don't stand a chance to get somebody like Spence. That style is all bad for him.
All bad.
Crawford needs you to throw wild punches so he can throw a combination in between your wild punches.
Facts.
Spence don't throw wild punches. Spence
Mm-hmm.
throw 1 or 2 punches at a time.
Yep. And he don't
Spence
waste.
will take 10 seconds to walk you all the way down and don't even throw no punch and dig to the body. Like
Yep.
Crawford, he in a world of hurt. Me personally, I don't think he want to fight Spence. I'm
Yep.
gonna be honest. I think he used Spence's name to pump up his fights, of no names that he finna fight. Notice, he don't even talk about the people he finna fight. He talk about all the people who supposedly ducking him before his fights come up.
Yep.
He don't even talk about the person he finna fight. We ain't know shit about the Mean Green Machine, man.
Exactly.
This nigga was talking about Errol Spence to build up his fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think he want to fight Errol Spence, man.
Mm-mm.
I think all that shit's been smoking mirrors.
He don't want some
if he wanted to fight Errol Spence, he would have took his ass over to PBC in the beginning, man.
Facts.
And he would have fought all those motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia getting a hell of play in the PBC. Anything he want, he got.
Exactly.
He won an Adrian Broner, he got him, man. He won a Robert Easter, he got him.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He won a Spence. I don't know why he won a Spence, but he got him.
Mm-hmm.
So you mean tell me Crawford couldn't get those guys? You mean tell me Crawford wouldn't be able to get Adrian Broner? He wouldn't be able to get Spence? He wouldn't be able to get Dan Garcia if he was with PBC?
Mm-hmm.
He knew that, man. He knew if he go over there, there's no excuse.
Facts.
Crawford not as smart as y'all think he is. He not as dumb as y'all think he is, man. He just smart in the wrong fucking ways, man. He not smart economically because he would have went and got his bread. He's smart in looking like he. Crawford ain't shit but a LeBron James, man. He's smart in looking like. Crawford is smart and looking like he's doing more than what he's doing, man. Think about this shit. He could have left. He could have left Bob Arum and he stood around anyway, even though he wasn't getting the fights that he wanted.
Yep.
A part of him don't want those fights.
Yep.
He know he needs them, but he don't want that shit, man.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Mean Machine wasn't mandatory. You're absolutely right. He wasn't mandatory. But why was he not pushing for a Pacquiao fight until after he had Mean Green Machine?
There you go. There you go.
Are 140. You a champion at 147. Why you not pushing to fight Pacquiao?
Mm-hmm.
Because guess what? A unification takes precedence over a mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So why you not? So why you not pushing to fight Pacquiao when you know this mandatory they gave you ain't fought in 262 days?
Exactly.
You wanted that mandatory because you ain't fight it. You ain't called Pacquiao name.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't go to the WBO and say, "Can you get an extension on the mandatory? You want to fight a better competitor?" Nah, you just want to fight that motherfucker, man. Ain't nobody ducking you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see you with Deontay Wilder. You have so much power, people scared to die in the ring when they fight you.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's scared of Bud at 147. Everybody want to fight Bud. They just don't want to fight him for. They just don't want to fight him for Crubs. Right? Everybody want to fight Bud. They just don't want to fight Bud for crumbs. That Bob Arum, he don't want to put up no money for nobody to fight Bud, but he sit back and be like, they all scared of Bud. No.
Mm-hmm.
People on the PBC, they used to getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
They used to getting paid. And to expect Al Heyman to put up all the money, that's not fair. The thing about it is, Bud got a victim mentality. He put himself in that predicament, and now he want to cry and talk about he not getting promoted right, and nobody want to fight him, and people not understanding I should be #1 pound for pound. Based off what? Who has he beat? What has he done at 147 for him to be pound for pound?
Facts.
Anything. and neither one of the top three don't deserve to be in there. Lomachenko either. What has Lomachenko done?
Get him, dog.
You get stripped for a belt. If another person gets your belt and you didn't fight them, they just got your shit all of a sudden. You don't deserve to be in pound for pound.
Nope.
You can't just be dropping belts.
Nope. You got to fight for him.
Right, Canelo too. You won belt. You won belt for being undisputed, but all of a sudden you lose 2 belts.
Woo.
No, man, that's not pound for pound material. You supposed to stand on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You supposed to stand on them belts, man. You supposed to be king of the hill. You supposed to sit on them shits, man. They supposed to come up there and get knocked right the fuck down, like with Bernard Hopkins was 160. Bernard Hopkins had 160 for 10 fucking years, man.
Yep.
That's how you hold it down.
And you respect B-Hop because B-Hop let Sergey Kovalev retire him, dog. That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you do it. And at that point, he could say, you know what, I retired. And, and nobody would have judged him because he was 40-something years old.
Mm-hmm.
These young ass motherfuckers dropping belts like they 40, man. And these are guys y'all coming, and these are guys that y'all protect. You want to know why? Because they just like you. They mediocre, just like you.
Damn right. No, you got to say that one again.
These are the guys y'all protect. These are the guys y'all go to bat for because these guys remind you of yourselves. They just like you, man. You just like them. You want participation awards. You don't want to put your full effort into nothing, but you expect to get all the benefits. So you like people who remind you of yourself. You ain't no winner. You sad and you mediocre. So you go. So when you see somebody that's great, you automatically hate on them because you know that can never be you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad, man. Because if you didn't hate and you learn from them, that could be you.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything you are started up here.
Fact.
You sit back and say, yo, that motherfucker blessed with he blessed with good looks. He blessed with genetics. So you get mad, so you hate on the motherfucker instead of getting your ass in the goddamn gym and not eating all goddamn day.
Mm-hmm.
If you get your ass in the gym, get you some women, man, you don't have to hate on these alpha males, man. You feel like you feel like you part of their fraternity.
Exactly.
Me personally, when I see motherfuckers like Floyd, Spence, Kobe, I feel like I'm like them. They just doing it on a bigger level than me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see nobody I'm jealous. I ain't jealous of Tom Brady. I work with motherfuckers who hate Tom Brady, man, because he wins.
Exactly. Me too, dog.
You hate Floyd. I said, why you don't like Floyd? Because he always win, man.
Mm-hmm.
What? You don't like people because they win? So then you pick mediocre fighters to like because they get whooped? That's a mental issue, man. That's a mental issue.
Facts.
You remember when I was talking to you? I was at the bar and we was keeping up with the fights, right?
Mm-hmm.
And remember, he knows I told him, hey, the bar about to close. I'm about to get on my way to the crib. So I turned on one of the pandering shows that's going to remain nameless. Because like me, I like putting niggas out there raw. I don't give a fuck. But this your channel, so I'm gonna respect you. The man said the reason why Bud and Pacquiao is more respectable than Floyd because at least they would risk losing to give you a fight.
Woo.
Do you get that, man?
I got that one.
He said basically saying Floyd Mayweather was too good. That's why he's not great. That's what these motherfuckers are trying to feed you. And if you keep going to their channels and you keep listening to this shit, you gonna start hating greatness, man.
Exactly.
You gonna start hating greatness. You gonna be like, you know what? Back in 1996, man, Tiger Woods was too good, man.
Mm-hmm.
He was too good. He could never be great, man, because he was winning too much.
Mm-hmm.
That shit don't even make no sense, man. But that's what these pandering sites give you. Because God forbid if a black man is great at anything, there gotta be something wrong with it.
Exactly.
Whew. God forbid. But Rocky Marciano, he could go 49-0, not beat nobody in their prime, and not beat nobody, period, besides Joe Louis and Joe Walcott, And they said that motherfucker was the greatest for 10, 15 years. He was known as the greatest, and he ain't even whoop nobody.
Facts.
But meanwhile, Floyd could go up and beat all these champions and do it nearly with perfection, and you question Floyd. You want to know why? You raise the question your own people.
Yep.
Anything a black man do, gotta be questioned.
Yep.
Rocky Marciano got up there. He ain't fight nobody, man, and motherfuckers call him the greatest. You see
Exactly.
how that shit go?
Exactly.
So you gotta stop. You gotta ask yourself, why is people had this narrative where if you too good, we gotta hate on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was Bud. That was Bud Crawford that hit the deck last night.
Yeah, he did. He did. Matthew, we having our day today, dog. Everybody in the chat, we having our day today because they spent months since Earl the True Spence car crash. They spent months running a rabbit ass mouth, dog, running it left and right. And look, even after Terence Bud Crawford made fun of Earl the True Spence after the Sean Porter fight, not realizing that if it was Chihuahua self that was barking behind the fence in that ring with Sean Porter from what we saw last night, you would have got KO'd. Let me say it again. You would have got KO'd. Because what Sean Porter was throwing that night against Errol Spence was everything was mean intentioned. You know why? Because he understood he was facing a real welterweight. He was facing the guy at the most uber and upper echelon of the class. In so much so that Sean Porter said he has never trained like this before in his life. Let me say it again. He's never trained like this before in his life. I told you guys, man, pandering narratives, dog. They only can go up until a ceiling. And guess what? Once they hit the ceiling, guess what has to happen? They have to tumble down. But when you give cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths in truth-telling fashion, guess what? You are infinitely, independently, free contractor, really. You're basically roaming as you go. You know why? Because you're standing on the side of truth. Truth will always have its day, man. Truth will always reign imminent, and truth will always. There you go, y'all. Wrench gang, get everybody out of here. Everybody out of here that's not coming correct. Get out, everybody out of here. Put them on 5-minute status. I need 5-minute status. That's it. 5-minute status. Let's go. This is what people have to understand. Terence Bud Crawford got exposed, and you see what's going on right now. His Bud Man fans, they're acting in the true beta vernacular. They're giving you emotion and they're giving you frustration because that's how they roll at their truest and their most populous levels. They're like Bud, Chihuahuas barking behind the damn fence. They can't help the fact that Earl the True Spence is in a position of strength. Once again, he's always been in that position, but Bud being exposed the way he did by Mean Machine was evident. This is why we have to roast Bud. It's not because I hate Bud or have an issue with Bud. I don't care about these things. It's about stop it. Stop trying to put this guy on the level of Earl the True Spence when Earl the True Spence is doing something differently, man. He's doing something phonetically different. Thank you, Chef Steve. He's doing something from a higher level. This guy's doing heavyweight lifting after heavyweight lifting. He cleaned out two of the hardest guys in the welterweight division, man. A la Kell Brook and Sean Porter. What more do you need from Earl the True Spence? Keith Thurman been ducking him since 2013 when Mayweather told him, fight him, and if you could beat him, fight me. You know what Mayweather was doing? He knew Keith Thurman could not beat Earl Spence, but he was basically doing what I do, a slick setup. Right. It was a slick setup because he knew you ain't going to get to me because you can't beat this guy. But if you can beat him, then you can face me. And Keith Thurman knew what it was. And you know what Keith Thurman did? This is what the duck response was. Oh, give me 10 million. Sean Porter and them did the same thing at that same time too. Y'all need to do y'all research. Give me 10 million. When you say that, that means you speak volumes to a guy at that time who was actually the boogeyman of being what we call high risk, low reward. Because you knew at that time he was gonna bust you up. Now Earl is the big fish. I done told y'all, Dennis Ugas is the true boogeyman of the welterweight division, not Terence Bud Crawford. This is the problem when you're not pushing yourself. This is the problem when you're not fighting opponents to that level. You gonna get exposed. Because what people don't understand about boxing, and this is boxing 101, you are the opposition that you face. Let me say it again. You are the opposition that you face. And if you're not facing opponents that's pushing you, giving you litmus tests, that's taking you to the next level, then guess what? You're not being tested. But we know now why Bob Arum's covered him and saved him. This is what Bob Arum has done with Tyson Fury in the case of Deontay Wilder, man. This is what Bob Arum has done with Vasily Lomachenko in the case of Devin Haney, the Gervonta Tank Davis of the world. And by the way, I like the fact that Vasily Lomachenko understood who his rival was. Again, he knows the sport, bringing you that heat and that fire, and keeping the foot on the what? On the next. And keeping the foot on the what? On the next. I told you guys, man, my truth, because it's not my truth, it is the truth, because truth itself, no one can hold claim to it. So when I say my truth, I'm talking about myself lining itself up with the truth itself will always have its day. Because when you're on the side of truth, you're on the side of the right side of history, man. This is why I laugh. Yeah. Because let me tell you something about greatness. Greatness can only be hindered. It can't be stopped. It just never can be stopped. And when you're on the right side of history, you will always look like the G, the real G, the super real G, and the ultimate real G out here in these boxing streets. This is why all of us here in the chat, not only us in the panel, you guys can celebrate right now. You know why we're celebrating right now? Because we've been saying this, man. Bud too light in the ass. He can't fight against Errol the True Spence. We've been screaming this thing for months. Y'all been doing it in the comment section. I've been doing it in lives. I've been doing it in videos. Tom Ross has been helping me out in the Batman Superman connection, the synergy connection we got going on right now, the True Alphas connection we got going on right now. We've been telling you guys, Errol the True Spence is on another level. And if Bud gets into the ring with him and he does this, hit me, I'm going to hit you back. Hit me, I'm going to hit you back. He getting stopped. He getting punished.
Straight up.
And these fake ass Errol the True Spence fans, they revealed themselves. Because guess what? Once Errol the True Spence had the car crash, they went turncoat. They became turncoat motherfuckers. That's what they became. And you guys know what turncoat motherfuckers are. They're Benedict Arnolds. They turn on you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened. They show, oh, Bud, he's a true champion. Oh, I don't think Errol the True Spence could face. But when you were just saying that Bud is too small for Errol the True Spence, they looking stupid too, because you know what? They fell for the pandering narratives. Because here's the thing with a pandering narrative. You have to keep, it's already on shaky ground. It's not on solid foundation. It's not on a rocky foundation. So the pandering narrative, the way it's set up is you got to keep it going. Once you start, you got to keep it's like a lie. Once you start, you got to keep it going. But here's the thing with a pandering narrative and a lie, which makes them both hand in hand with one another. You got to remember the lie that you keep telling. You got to remember the pandering narrative that you keep telling. Because as soon as you forget it or you start switching it up, all the truth got to do is just go drop its little nest egg, and that's it. The ceiling goes, boom, it starts tumbling down. The lies that they were trying to tell you was that Errol the True Spence was supposedly ducking Terence Bud Crawford. The lies that they try to tell you was Terence Bud Crawford will expose Errol the True Spence. But if you get dropped by Mean Machine and you get put down by him, and they didn't even give Mean Machine the knockdown. Now, look what the pandering narratives are running with. Oh, Mean Machine was an Olympian, so that they could try to give him credibility. Not when Bo Mac out of his mouth said, this guy right here is going to get stopped in 3 rounds. What y'all got to say to that? Bo Mac out of his mouth said that this guy right here don't even belong in the same ring with Terence Crawford. Look at Bo Mac's face at the end of the fight. He was surprised. You could tell when somebody at the end of the fight looks confident, and you could tell when somebody at the end of the fight was like, damn, we was in for a fucking fight. Terence Bud Crawford had a reckless thing. I'm going to just say this real quick, Tom, and I'm going to let you ride off because I just want to rant a little bit. Terence Bud Crawford has this thing with him that's a big deficiency. He forgets everything about boxing once he gets touched up. He wants to go into this dogfight thing. That shit don't work on somebody like Errol the True Spence. Because Chris Van Heeden tried that same fuckery. And you know what Errol the True Spence did? Kept punishing him. You can't do that against Spence. Because Spence going to keep punishing you until he leave you falling and stop right in your damn tracks. Because that's how he fights. Tactical aggression. technical punching placement, and body snatching work, levying onslaught of a punishment style. Now you guys understand when I say Errol the True Spence is more technically and fundamentally sound than Terence Bud Crawford. Because when Terence Bud Crawford, let me tell you his biggest deficiency. Once he gets hit, he forgets the game plan existed. Bo Mac was yelling at him again. Go look at the ringside. Bo Mac lost 50 pounds yelling in that damn fight. But with Errol the True Spence, Derrick James don't gotta yell. You know why? Errol the True Spence is a coach's dream because he applies unlimited pressure on the game plan. He sticks to the script to the T. He don't deviate. He don't waste punches, and every punch he throws is with mean intentions. So just take Mean Machine out of the equation, put Errol the True Spence into the equation, and let it be Errol the True Spence punches that's landing on Terence Bud Crawford. What y'all think the outcome of that fight's gonna be? Tom Ross, right on you.
Yeah, man. So we understand you support Bud, man. We get it. We understand it. But what we're trying to tell you is that Bud needs to be put in his proper level. You have Bud up here when he's not up here, and we're trying to tell you so you don't get your heart broken when the fight happens. The same thing happened. Same thing happened with Pacquiao. People had Pacquiao up here. They had Pacquiao next to Floyd. They didn't realize it's levels. And this is even worse because Spencer's a different. It's more of a wider gap. Check this out, man. You have the media to blame for this shit. Timothy Knothead ass Bradley said Errol Spence is ducking Bud. Timothy Naughty Head ass said Bud could beat a prime Floyd Mayweather Jr. And you know what y'all did? Y'all ate that shit up, man. Y'all ate it up. So now, obviously, when you see him struggle with Mean Green Machine, you don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe what you're seeing. So now you're on Google trying to look up Mean Green Machine and shit. You go on Google, you find out he was in the Olympics, you like, all right, we can use this. No, you can't.
You gotta say that one again, dog. You gotta say that one again. That one.
Right. They got their ass on Google. Like, oh shit, we found some shit for him. Oh, he was in the Olympics. We can use this to save Crawford. No, you can't, man. A lot of these guys been in the Olympics. A lot of people who in the Olympics came to boxing and they wasn't shit in boxing. So that Olympic shit don't mean nothing. It's about what you doing right now. And a lot of y'all still stuck on what Bud did at 140. Bud at 147 now. That shit don't mean nothing. That undisputed shit at 140, that don't mean a goddamn thing, man. He in there with the big dogs now, man. That's like a nigga that dominated in JV and coming up to the varsity talking about, man, last year I was the king of this shit. That shit don't mean nothing. You was in JV. Bud is in varsity right now, man. And he's not looking too good.
Nah.
He's not looking too good, man. And you know what he's doing? Bud in varsity, but he that nigga that show up to the varsity games and don't want to go in, but he still trying to play JV on the low. That nigga don't want to get in the varsity game, but he want to wear the Letterman jacket. That's what Bud doing. He walk around with a Letterman jacket, but he don't play no games. He ain't get no checks. He does not want to get in. He does not want to get in the varsity games with Errol Spence. He want to have the Letterman, and he want to double back to the junior varsity and dominate down there.
He sure did, Chef Steve. He ducked. Timothy Knothead ass Bradley ducked Errol Spence. He was his mandatory WBC, dog. He ducked at work.
Right. And that's the reason why he hate on Spence so heavy, because he know he's like, yo, instead of him bowing down to greatness, he feels demoralized because he went out like a bitch. Instead of saying, you know what? Right. Instead of saying, you know what, at this age, that's not a fight for me. He just went out like a bitch. And he just didn't fight him. You know what I'm saying? So every time he sees Spence, he reminded, like, damn, I'm scared of this dude. Literally. So I got the power now where I can mold how people see him. So now let me fight him this way.
Facts.
And then Bradley think he's better than what he really is. He think just because Bud whipped his ass, that Bud great.
You gotta say that one again, though. Woo.
Bradley thinks that he's better than what he really is. He thinks just because Bud constantly whooped his ass in sparring, that means Bud great. That's no feat. That's no feat because you could whoop Timothy Bradley in sparring. That don't mean nothing, man.
And it was
Everybody
a
whoop on Timothy Bradley.
140 pounder that was whooping him in sparring. That's what's even sad. A 140 guy.
Right.
Whew, I would have kept
So,
that solid, dog. A guy 7 pounds less than me whooping me up in sparring, but he's so great. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Because you know what? And Terence and Timothy Bradley mind, he thought Terence Crawford was going to turn out to be like a Floyd. Now, well, you could admit that you got outboxed by Floyd because Floyd turned out to be so good, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he outboxed Frankie Randall, he outboxed Pernell Whitaker when they sparred, right? He beat them up. So they don't mind saying that because he went on to be Floyd.
Facts.
But Terence ain't no Floyd, man.
Mm-hmm.
Terence went on to damn near almost get stopped by Green Mean Machine.
Facts.
So now niggas looking like, yo, you got outboxed by this nigga?
Woo! Hey, Wake Up People just made a comment, dog. I want your opinion on that, man. Chef Steve, we going in, dog. Matthew, we going in. Chat, we going in. Yeah. Because guess what? We looking like real, super real, and ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets, dog. Talk to me, man. If Earl the True Spence fights Mean Machine, does that fight go 9 rounds?
Fuck no. 6 rounds at the most. 6 rounds at the most. I see the early stoppage between 3 and 6. At the most, man. Earl too brutal. Earl too brutal, man. And what they're trying to say is, well, he was just fighting to the level of his competition. Listen, think about this. The level of Spence competition is actual champions. Actual niggas, actual real motherfuckers at 147. Bud competition is niggas like Benavidez, Gamboa, Green Mean Machine. So that make it even worse. You fall down to the level of that competition. Woo. That means Spence, even if that's true, that means Spence still greater than you. That competition weak as fuck.
Exactly.
He's supposed to beat the hell out of Green Mean Machine, man. Even if Green Mean Machine was a real welterweight, 262 days off. He's supposed to whoop him. It don't matter who you are. And I keep bringing up Floyd because Timothy Nahead Bradley said Bud Crawford could beat Floyd. You think any welterweight could come in? You think any welterweight could come in 262 days off the job and beat Floyd Mayweather?
How many days off of the job that Mean Machine took? Did he come off the job and stuck it and knock down Terence Crawford? How many days?
There's 365 days in a year. This motherfucker was gone 2/3 of that. He was gone 262 days. This dude damn near took a year off of boxing, came and almost stopped Bud. Man.
Oh man.
You know where that comes from?
Where he come from?
Bud got the skills. He don't got the discipline.
Facts.
He don't got the discipline and he don't got the size. He too light on his fucking ass.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When Spence finally fight Bud, because Bud's very easy to be influenced.
Yep.
So he gonna get pushed into that fight. It's gonna be brutal.
It's gonna be brutal. And don't be surprised if Spence fight him earlier than later. You know why? Because Spence is sick and tired of the bullshit. Spence was laughing. He was giving Bud a warning. Basically, he was trying to tell Bud, don't take the fight. When he was clowning him on Jose Benavidez, he said, you let a one-legged guy. Dude, I will punish you, dog. And then now, after Spence saw this, Spence is like, Negro, you don't want this Moors Jamaican blood, dog. You don't want none of this nightshade, dog. Like Bushmaster said, on Luke Cage. That nightshade, that's that Luke Cage for you. Like he said, 2 bulls can't reign in 1 yard. Don Dada's not plural, you know. Go ahead, Tom Ross.
Right. Hey, check it out, man. That's true, man. But check this shit out, man. Spence is gonna brutalize fucking Bud Crawford, man. It's gonna be like remember Club and Lang, Rocky 1?
Yep.
That shit goes like that, man.
Woo, woo.
That shit goes like that.
Woo.
He whooped Rocky ass so bad, Rocky couldn't even train. He just kept thinking about that nigga. Apollo Creed had to get out of his head like, yo, get that shit out your head. You gonna get your ass stopped.
Even Rocky's trainer told him, dog, you ain't ready for this animal. You ain't ready for him. You ain't hungry enough. Because Rocky got to be hungry. You ain't hungry enough for this one. He been fighting.
You ain't hungry enough, bro. You ain't hungry enough. That shit gonna be like Club and Lang, man. He gonna be all over fucking Bud, man.
And see the fact, and I just gotta say this, and I'm gonna let you pump off on this one, man. The fact that Terence Bud Crawford fanboys, the Bud man fans, look at Roddy Boy Fresh. He been on AWOL status, dog. That dude right there, I have not seen him. He was the biggest Bud fanboy. This dude went and disappeared off the face of the earth. You know why?
Because he know what it is.
He and Ronnie Boy Fresh, that's my boy right there. That's my boy because he keep it a buck. He just too much of a bud tard. But he disappeared because, you know, unlike the other Bud man fans, they sitting here making excuses after excuses. You saw that he got exposed by Mean Machine. Keep it real, man. Keep that same energy. Right. Freddie Gee, we looking like G's here, dog, because we said for the longest, Freddie Gee, Spence would stop Crawford. They wouldn't listen to us, man. Now they got no choice but to listen to us. Let me say it again. They wouldn't listen to us. Now they got no choice but to listen to us. If you're not being real with what you saw last night, then you're not being a real boxing fan. This is what we call pandering narratives. This is what we call reverse bias fans. This is what we call detractors. This is what we call panderers. Because those who are keeping it a buck and keeping it real know what they saw last night. And you know what they saw last night? They saw Bud got exposed. You got to keep it real, man. As a real boxing fan, when you see some shit, you got to keep it real. Just like we said, Earl the Truth Spears wasn't his best when he fought Sean Porter, and Sean Porter did a lot better than what we thought. We kept it real there. We kept it a buck. So why y'all not keeping that same energy, dog? With Terence Bud Crawford, there's no reason that Bomac out of his mouth said this guy should have been stopped in 3 rounds. Terence Bud Crawford was supposed to get his ass out of there. And then Terence Bud Crawford gets knocked down. They don't even score the knockdown. Because what is the definition of a knockdown? When you get hit and your gloves, boom, touch the canvas. Right. Your boy, Mean Machine, hit him, then threw a few combinations off of his ass. He hit the canvas, and this hit the canvas. They should have been scored a knockdown. Why wasn't it? Because that's politics. I told you guys about boxing. Boxing is a 3-pronged economics, politics, and pugilism. Go ahead, Tom Ross.
And then a couple of minutes back, somebody basically they was trying to make the case for Bud being better than Floyd. They was like, well, how come Floyd never was undisputed? Bud was undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
They so thirsty. They so thirsty to protect Bud. They going back to some shit that happened years ago, man. How long Bud been at 147?
Woo! Woo!
Bud been at 147 for years. He ain't did nothing.
Nothing.
Bud ain't did shit at 147. But since you want to talk about Floyd not being undisputed, this is what happened. Floyd had an undisputed fight set up with Zab Judah, but he wanted to do a tune-up with Baltimore first. He fucked around and lost.
Facts.
So now Baltimore is the undisputed champion. But he ain't inked the deal. Now he got to fight Judah first. But guess what? This motherfucking Baltimore don't play sanctioning fees. So now Baltimore getting stripped of titles and shit that he's supposed to have. So by the time the Judah fight come on, now you know Zab Judah, he got a belt back. He got the IBF belt back. He ain't supposed to have no belts. But he got the belt back because this motherfucker don't pay sanctioning fees. So Floyd whooped the former undisputed Zab Judah, and then he whooped the current undisputed guy. He just didn't get the rank. He just didn't get the belts. So in boxing, I don't know if that ever been done before. That someone beat the former undisputed and the current undisputed back to back in the same year. They both was undisputed. What you not realize is Politics kept Floyd from being undisputed, not skill. Politics. They don't want a nigga like that undisputed because Floyd would have let the world know. It would have been brutal. He would have been undisputed technically with the belts and everything. Because Floyd would have been, y'all thought he was talking shit? Floyd would have been talking cash money shit. So he was like, nah, we not letting this nigga be undisputed, man. We gonna keep away with these belts, dog. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore talked about he forgot to pay his sanctioning fees and he apologized. Get your ass out of here, man. But anyway, back to Bud. So y'all gotta stop doing this. When Bud get exposed, then let it be. Exactly.
Tell the truth.
When Bud get exposed, let it be. Don't be thirsty and go back into memory lane talking about when he rang on the top of the hill 140. All that shit over with. That shit done, man. Like Bishop, like Pac said in Juice, man. That shit over with. Everything starts from here, man. Everything for the time he waited at 147, everything he did before that don't mean nothing unless you talk about his Hall of Fame career. We talk about what he's doing right now, his pound for pound status. He don't deserve to be in the pound for pound. Not at number 1, 2, or 3. But what has he done? We got to keep shit all the way 100, man. What has he done, man? And some people, they got boxing channels just to come at PBC fighters. That's the only reason why they made a boxing channel.
You got to say that one again, dog.
Some people, they only have boxing channels just to hate on PBC fighters. They don't like what the PBC represent.
Yep.
They used to seeing black men shackled up and chains. Yep. They're not used to seeing free black men, bro. So truth be told, they don't like it. It's not that they don't like these fighters. They don't like the fact that these fighters have the ability to do whatever they want to do. They could quit. They could start businesses. They could become promoters. Like, man. And so what they do is they hate on motherfuckers like that.
I want you to address this comment. I'm seeing a Bud Man fan comment here, man. Instead of keeping it real, the guy got exposed.
Bud came forward and took the fight to the meme. He said the meme machine like this motherfucking cold. All right, so I'm gonna read this in reality. Go back, you know. I'm gonna read this in reality. Bud came forward and took the fight to a guy that was off for 262 days. Took his best punches and stopped him. First of all, you supposed to box circles around a motherfucker who's been off for 262 days.
Facts.
You supposed to box his fucking ears off. That's number 1. Number 2, his best punch almost stops your ass. Number 3, this is the guy that we're comparing to Spence. Are we not?
Facts.
So if if you got dropped by Mean Green Machine, somebody that we gotta look up on Wikipedia to find out his stats, what do you think gonna happen to him when he get in there with Spence? You got a boxing channel. So let's talk. What do you think is gonna happen when he get in there with Spence? Because y'all been saying he's better than Spence.
Facts.
But he couldn't take Mean Green Machine's best shot. So what does that tell you? The thing is, don't make boxing channels just to hate on guys from the PBC because they're gonna slowly break your heart every year. Every year.
That one again.
Don't make boxing channels just to hate on PBC fighters. If you're gonna be a hater, hate on everybody and just be tough on everybody. Don't just be tough on PBC fighters because you make yourself look bad. Because the PBC fighter gonna hurt your heart every year. They're gonna beat that one guy that you love. And then you gonna have to change the narrative. Then they're gonna beat the other guy. Then you gonna have to change the narrative. And then you're gonna just look like a liar.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Long story short, you really chose the wrong side when you decided to go up against the PBC. I don't like the PBC just because they black. I like a lot of things about the PBC. But let me tell you something. If one of them fighters started doing what Bud Crawford is doing, I'll be on their ass.
Yep.
If Spence would have struggled with somebody like Mean Green Machine, I'd be like, man, Spence needs to do something about that, man.
Exactly.
That didn't look good, man. That didn't look good at all, man. This is the equivalent of Spence versus Porter. If Spence would have been the one that got dropped.
That man had to get up. That tells you right there, boy.
This would have been the one that got dropped. That's what this was. And guess what? It was against another champion. It was against a journeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all not understanding what y'all saying, man. We just want y'all to be honest and say, you know what? At this point, he's not ready for Errol the True Spence.
That's it.
Say that. I'll take that.
That's it. Keep that same energy, dog. Keep that same energy.
Just say at this point he's not ready for Errol Spence, man. And I'll take that. I'll take that. You don't gotta degrade. You don't gotta keep it all the way 100 about Bud, because I know that's gonna hurt your feelings and say he wasn't what I thought he was this whole time.
Exactly.
You can just say, you don't have to say this motherfucker lying his ass. He can take no You ain't gotta say that. You ain't gotta say that. All you gotta say at this current time, he's not ready for that adventure. And I'll take that. Because I know what that means. Because for Bud to be able to compete with Spence, this motherfucker needs an adamantium jaw. Do y'all know what adamantium is? It's the shit that Wolverine made out of.
Yep.
Bone structure. We got bone chamber. You need that shit you need a whole face full of adamantium, man.
Facts.
Cause he gonna get crushed, man.
Like Freddie Gee said, sorry, Bud fans, y'all gotta eat this one. This is the problem. They don't want to eat it, man. They don't want to eat it. And like Gee, you said, big fish over crawfish. Ooh, I like that one. I'm about to have to use that one. Big fish over crawfish, man. Listen, man. Listen. What you guys have to understand, and it's very simple, is this. Terence Bud Crawford got exposed last night. He was not supposed to get touched up the way he did by Mean Machine. So when he fights Errol Spence, that fight is a one-sided beatdown affair, man. And here's the thing. There's nowhere to run but to tell the truth. Your eyes can't deceive you. There's no reason for that guy to fight a guy that was off for 262 days. Basically, what they were trying to do is they were trying to set it up. I see exactly what they were trying to do. It reminds me of Tyson Fury and Otto Wallin. They were trying to give him an opponent to where he was going to look so good against so that he could be so dominant leading up until the Spence fight. And it backfired. It backfired because the opponent didn't get the memo. The opponent said, no, I'm coming to fight. I'm coming to bring it. Exactly. And let me tell you guys something, man. Mean Machine spoke prevalency and relevancy to what I've been saying all along about Terence Bud Crawford. He has an awkward style of hit me, I'm going to hit you back. That crap does not work against the upper echelon. When you get hit, you got to learn how to be disciplined. You can't just sit there and say, oh, immediately I want to touch you back up. That's not how boxing works. Now you set things up, and when you set things up, you position yourself to get hit back. Like always, Boxing Controversy just said, Mean Green Machine is nothing more than an upgraded Jeff Horn, and Terence Crawford got exposed. Facts. And see, here's the thing. All of us were having our days here because we heard months in and months out, weeks in and weeks out, that Terence Bud Crawford is supposedly the boogeyman. That's why I'm loving Freddie Gee's comment. And Freddie Gee, I'm hoping you putting that comment every platform, every channel you going at. Because not only did you see Bud Man fans, you saw fake ass Errol the True Spence fans come out of the woodworks. And then they lined themselves up with Bud. That was the stupidest mistake you could have made. Because if you was entirely a Spence fan, that means you was already on the right side of history. Why would you take yourself on the right side of history to go on the wrong side of history? That speaks volumes in the character of who you are. That's what it speaks volumes of. And what's funny and what's comical to me, salutes to you, Andrew Erd. What's comical to me is this, man. People don't get it. All along, we've been trying to tell them this message, Tom Ross, but they wouldn't listen. Spence is on another level. He's another breed. You can tell when somebody's on another level and another breed because of the fact that everything that's surrounding them. The fact that they want everybody to fight them. They don't want Bud to fight Canelo. They don't want Bud to be fighting all these people. They want Spence to do that. You don't hear put Terence Bud Crawford with J-Rock. You don't hear put Terence Bud Crawford with Canelo. Even Terence Bud Crawford out of his mouth said, Canelo's too big for me. But you hear Spence and Canelo. You hear Spence and J-Rock. You hear Spence, and even at some point, they were even trying to pair him against his running mate, Jamel Charlo. You know why? Because Spence is special. And when you're special, they try to pair you with everyone, man. That's the facts.
Got a big crush on him.
Look what Freddie Gee just said. Tom Ross, I want you to address that in covert.
No cap, I predicted Bud to get him out in 5. I was listening to Showbiz, and when he said 9th round, I was like, what the fuck, Bud? Exactly. And since you was on there listening, guess what? You heard a lot of shit that you weren't supposed to hear. You heard him making excuses for Bud. You heard him talking about Bud digging deep. Could you imagine being a senior in high school and had to dig deep to be the 8th grader up? Could you imagine that, man? You gotta dig deep to beat this nigga up, man. He a little nigga. Think about it. The fact that they said he had to dig deep. They did the same thing with Tyson Fury. Matter of fact, all ESPN fighters begin in this situation, man. None of these motherfuckers is not what we think they are. They always get in positions when they fight people they supposed to win, and they gotta dig deep just to survive, man. Tyson Fury had to dig deep against Oliver Allen. Lomachenko had to dig deep against Pedraza. He had to dig he lost against Salido. He had to dig deep against Salido, an Uber driver. He always digging deep. He's so-called the Matrix. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Let me tell you, let me tell you guys something, man. And I just want to make this clear. Terence Bud Crawford got exposed, and he got revealed for the fighter that he is. And people need to understand that. He is a fighter that lacks discipline. He's not technically and fundamentally sound. He's a fighter that doesn't stick to the script. He's a fighter that turns around and he fights recklessly. He fights with reckless abandonment. And when you fight that way and you're sitting there and you're expecting a trade every time, guess what? You're going to get hit by somebody and they're going to hit you hard enough. And when you expect that trade, there's not going to be room for the trade no more. You're going to get knocked out. That's Terence Crawford for you. That's his biggest deficiency. And it got exposed, man. And Mean Machine of all people, I was expecting this exposure as he finally decided to say, you know what, let me put my big boy pants on and let me ramp up the competition. I thought it was going to be a Sean Porter of the world that was going to do this. I thought it was going to be a Danny Garcia or a Keith Thurman of the world that was going to do this, or you Dennis Ugas. No, it was Mean Machine. As a matter of fact, that saved Bud. You know why it saved Bud? Because Bud can actually duck those guys from here on out. If I'm Bud, I fight 3 more lame ducks and then I retire. I won't even consider fighting an upper echelon fighter in the welterweight division, because any further exposure of Bud is going to make his Bud Man fans and all of these people that were sitting here propping Bud up, it's going to make them hot. It's going to make them hot and bothered like this, because they were sitting here for the longest saying this is going to be the supposed boogeyman that was going to beat Errol Spence. That's not going to happen. Shout outs to the super chat. General Long, he said defensively responsible at the least. He is defensively responsible, man. You guys, Terence Bud Crawford is not what you guys expect. Maccabi Sharrock said big exposed. Damn right he was exposed. Because what people have to understand is when you look at Terence Bud Crawford, thank you, Matthew. You said you're right. He knows the sports. That's how he forgets in the game. He forgets the game in the ring. Damn right, because he's not responsible. People have to keep it a buck here. You can't sit here and as a boxing fan, see what you saw and then act like you didn't see it, man. That's what's going on here. They're acting like they didn't see it because they want to save face for Terence Bud Crawford. That's ridiculous. You know what you saw. You saw a fighter that was defensively irresponsible, and you know if you put him in with a level of competition that's on a way higher level than what you saw against Mean Machine, he's gonna get exposed. So we gotta keep it real here. Nobody's sitting here disrespecting Terence Bud Crawford. We're just telling the truth that no one wants to face. And when you get hit by a green mean machine, like Freddie Gee said, green bean, you get hit by green bean and you turn around and almost got knocked out by this guy. I don't care if you won in 9 rounds. You were not supposed to look like you did in that fight. It wasn't supposed to be risky.
Right.
You were supposed to dominate him. You were supposed to obliterate him. And that's what people don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about that. He was supposed to obliterate this guy. He was supposed to finish him off completely. And he didn't do that. And for you to sit here and not admit that, that speaks volumes to me of the buttardism that you have going on. Because if you can't be real, then you're never going to be real, especially if your eyes deceive you and you know what you saw. You know what you saw. So let's keep it real. Just be honest and say, man, I'm not going to lie. Terence Bud Crawford got exposed last night. That's what you have to tell yourself. And if you can't tell yourself that and you can't come to that conclusion, you're deceiving boxing fans, man. Go ahead, Tom Ross.
And a lot of people, they still not getting it. They think the reason why he got exposed is because he got dropped. No. It started from round 1. The exposing started way before he got dropped. When he was trying to box, he was getting hit. He ain't started having success until he starts trying to fight. When he was trying to box with the guy, he was getting hit with hard-ass right hands. So that lets me know something. It wasn't like dude just came in there and was a brawler, and you just fight against a brawler. No, he allows you to box, and he'll just catch you with right hands. So you getting catched by somebody like that? Was you ready for no hook look? But you said you ready for the no look hook? Danny Garcia? No, you're not. Because Danny Garcia is the master of counterpunching. And you can't take that shit. Sean Porter gonna push you. And you don't get the power. You don't have the power to knock out Sean Porter. So what's gonna happen? The thing about it is this. Like we said earlier, we're gonna say it again. But he went to the top rank because he knew all the real motherfuckers at PBC, and now it's showing. Because now he can't even handle the mandatories at top rank. So how you gonna step up to and fight former champions, man, that do this shit for real? You can't handle Mean Green. And then you got the boxing community, the boxing channels that's losing credibility trying to take up for him. You lose credibility when you say Bud dug deep against a tough opponent. How you know he's tough? You ain't know shit about him. Yesterday. That's not facts when you say he dug deep against somebody tough. You ain't know shit about this guy.
Yep.
So you don't know if he's tough or not. You don't know if he could do that against any other 147 guy. He probably can only do that with Bud. So did Bud dig deep or did Bud get exposed at his proper level, man?
Facts.
Y'all want the respect, but y'all not giving it. You basically what my mom used to say. You basically playing people for boo boo the fool, man. You want respect, but you're disrespecting our intelligence.
Yep.
By saying we didn't see what we saw.
Yep.
By saying it's something other than Bud being exposed.
Yep.
Timothy Bradley really fucked y'all over, man. Because Timothy Bradley fucked y'all over. Because Bud was never great to me. Bud was never great to me. You know, because when someone get undisputed, I look at who you fought to get undisputed. I don't just say, oh, he undisputed, blah, blah, blah. No, I look at who you fought. And so Bud was never a great fighter to me. He was a good fighter on his way to greatness, right?
Yep.
So this ain't do nothing but solidify what I was saying all along. But for you guys who really thought that, Timothy Bradley fucked it up for y'all because Timothy Bradley put Bud in the great category. Now, he'd have left him at his proper level, then this wouldn't be so bad. But he put him in a great category when he said he could beat Floyd and Floyd Prime. He put him in a great category when he said Bud could beat Spence, hands down, easy work. He put him in a great category. And now since he's in a great category, when this shit not supposed to happen. Ask yourself, Floyd Mayweather, at that age, do he struggle with Mean Green Machine?
Nope.
Do you see anybody in the welterweight division struggling with Mean Green Machine except for Bud? You see Spence struggling with Mean Green Machine?
Facts.
Can you envision that? Can you envision? Can you envision? Can you envision? Keith Thurman struggling with Mean Green Machine, man. Pacquiao struggling with Mean Green Machine. No, they got in there, got his ass up out of there, man.
Facts.
Not finna do all night. But guess what? All I heard during that fight was Boys and Men. I'm down on bended knee. Will somebody tell me? Put that nigga on bended knee, bruh. All he needed was a sword. He would have knighted Bud ass. All he needed was a sword to knight Bud, man. Yeah, that nigga on bended knee, bruh. So you gotta ask yourself, what other guy at 147 who's making noise with Mean Green would have put on bended knee, man? Because those guys don't go on bended knee easy.
Nope.
Spence had to hit Porter with everything to finally get that motherfucker on bended knee. But you go down on bended knee against somebody nobody never heard of that ain't fought in 262 days. Anyone still protecting Bud at this point is just a PBC hater.
Yep. You gotta say that one again.
Anybody still protecting Bud at this point, they just a PBC hater, man. You just an Errol the True Spence hater. Because Bud he's leaving you nothing to defend him with.
Yep, nothing.
You have to literally forget. You have to literally forget the fact that Bud is at 147 and go back till he's at 140 so you can have reason to defend Bud. You defended him in a weight class where he leaves you nothing to defend him with.
Facts.
He ain't did shit.
Facts.
So at this point, if you still defending Bud, you ain't shit but a PBC hater.
Yep. And we've already weeded them out. We've already weeded them out, dog.
Easy work.
Easy work. Tom Ross closes out, man.
Yeah, man. So we don't need to beat up on Bud no more, man. He got beat up enough. You know what I'm saying? Tom Ross TV, here what he knows is sport. Salute to the chat. Y'all make sure y'all thumbs up on the video, man. Y'all make sure y'all check us out. We got more shit coming, man. More shit coming, man. And all the Bud fans that's sad, that's depressed, that feel like all in defensive mode, you got one motherfucker to blame for all this. And that's Timothy Knothead ass Bradley. Because if Timothy Knothead ass Bradley would have told the truth that Bud is good, but he's not quite there yet, then this wouldn't have been a problem. We'd have been like, you know what? He still need to work his way up to get to Spence. But y'all put him here with Spence. So since y'all put him here with Spence, Bud needs to stay his ass far away from Spence, man. Because I don't want to see him talking like Mikey Garcia. I don't want to see that. I want to see that. Spence beat Mikey Garcia so bad he won't even want to be a part of the stable no more. He took his ass over to the zone.
Yep.
So that's all
you gotta say that one again, dog. You gotta say that one again before you ride out.
Spence beat Mikey Garcia so bad he don't even want to be a part of the stable. He don't even want to be associated with Errol the True Spence's name. He trying to act like that shit ain't even happen. I don't want to see Bud go through that, man. I want Bud to retire with all his faculties. But if he fights Spence, he will not retire with his faculties.
He'll be punished.
Something fundamentally would be wrong with him. He knows you got it, bro.
Well, hey, man. Tom Ross, you separated the weak from the strong, man. Me, I'm going to keep the damn foot on the what? On the next. I'm going to keep the foot on the what? On the next. Appreciate everyone that showed up in the chat. You know what I'm saying? This one was a live one. Terence Crawford needed to get that roast session. You know what I'm saying? You know the synergy, though, between He Knows the Sport and Tom Ross. The synergy has been, the climate has been created. It's there. It's going to be consistent. The chat loves the synergy. I could see. We separated the weak from the strong. We kept the foot on the damn necks. We did everything that we were supposed to, and we addressed everything for what it was, man. And what people have to understand is this, man. Y'all need to stop telling these lies about Terence Bud Crawford and start telling these truths about Errol the True Spence. Because at the end of the day, the truth will have its day. No pun intended. Listen to what I just said. The truth will have its day. Y'all hit that subscription button, comment, like, and share. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate everyone that showed up. Donate to the super chat. Appreciate all of the super chat people that donated. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know here's the banner for the Cash App, man. Donate to the Cash App. We appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Show this platform continual support as we continue to grow. And we'll be back on Wednesday with Live with He Knows Boxing. We're going to come in and we're going to give you guys that world premiere or that more premier level of boxing talk. It's going to be good boxing commentary with witty banter like we always do. But guess what? We always come in what? Cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truths. Tom Ross, you got anything else you want to say, brother?
I said all I can say today, man. I'm
All
talked
right.
out.
There you go. Well, chat, peace. Y'all have a great Sunday. Be easy.